Across the African grasslands, the lion appears as a symbol of strength and survival instinct. Each hunt becomes a calculated gamble, where speed, patience, and strategy work together. Yet on the savanna, the one that leads the land can never truly afford a mistake. A single delayed moment can shift the balance of control across a landscape holding its breath. What has shaped the most dangerous hunts lions face in the wild? The lion is the only big cat that lives in social groups across the African savanna. This collective strength helps it stand as a symbol of dominance over the vast grasslands. Males are larger and imposing, while females are agile and take the lead during hunts. Their survival depends on strength, coordination, and the ability to adapt to the terrain. Yet behind this commanding presence lies a life shaped by hunger, competition, and constant challenge. Across the vast savanna, African elephants appear like living fortresses of nature. With body mass that can exceed 12,000 pounds and shoulders rising more than 10 feet high, they carry not only immense strength, but also an ancient herd intelligence that keeps the entire family united against danger. In the harsh lands of the Kalahari, life is pushed to its most fragile edge. A solitary mother elephant must shield a calf born only hours earlier as lions circle nearby. Too young to defend itself, the calf presses close to its mother while the tension grows around them. At the most critical moment, the mother releases a deep, resonant call for help. From the distance, the elephant family emerges like a moving wall of giants, and the lions slowly step back. Yet when night settles over the plains, the balance begins to shift toward the hunters. Under cover of darkness, a large pride forms a careful formation, following the herd and waiting for a chance to separate a younger elephant from the protective line. The focus becomes a young elephant weighing more than 10,000 pounds. What unfolds is no longer a simple test of strength, but a contest between the patient pressure of coordinated hunters and the calm resolve of massive animals. As long as the elephant formation remains steady, every approach remains difficult to turn into success. On this land, the one that endures is not only the stronger side, but the one that holds formation, keeps composure, and protects one another until the very end. Along the vast rivers of Africa, an invisible yet dangerous boundary exists, where the authority of the savanna meets the dominance of deep water. The Nile crocodile, reaching about 15 feet in length and weighing around 1,000 pounds, rests quietly beneath the surface like a living relic from prehistoric times. With a bite force of nearly 3,700 pounds per square inch, it can turn a calm stretch of river into a hidden trap that can close in within a moment. Across that boundary stands the lion, the ruler of speed and agility. In encounters along the water's edge, every step taken while crossing the river becomes a test, because a single delayed movement can create an opening for the crocodile to surge upward from beneath the water. Yet when the confrontation shifts onto dry ground, the balance changes immediately. The lion uses its sharp claws to press into the rare gaps behind the crocodile's thick armor, forcing the slower giant to withdraw toward the familiar safety of the water. Here, survival does not belong strictly to the stronger animal, but to the one that understands the limits of its environment. On land lies the realm of the lion, but beneath the water, history still belongs to the ancient reptile. On the savanna, authority is not worn like a crown. It is maintained through strength, alliances, and the ability to pass on one's own genes. With a weight that can exceed 420 pounds, an adult male lion is not only a leading predator, but also a shield for the fragile order within the pride. When he stands firm, the cubs carrying his bloodline have a greater chance to grow across the harsh grasslands. Yet this authority is never permanent. On the sun-scorched plains, where food is a precious resource, every territory is worth the risk of injury. A roar that echoes for miles is not only a warning, but a declaration that the land already has a ruler. When a coalition of unfamiliar males appears, close-range confrontations between lions erupt, tense and overwhelming. The victor claims the territory, the females, and the chance to continue the lineage. The defeated lion gradually retreats toward the horizon, carrying the quiet cost of natural selection. In the end, a lion's struggle does not begin with hostility, but with the uncompromising rules of nature's selection. In that world, every scar stands as proof that the throne never belongs to anyone forever. Life continues only for those strong enough to write the next chapter of their story. In the natural world, danger does not always come with sharp claws or the speed of a cheetah. Sometimes it appears in a massive form, weighing nearly 3,000 pounds. moving slowly and quietly like a stone island in the middle of a river. The hippopotamus, protected by skin nearly 2 inches thick, stands as proof that true power is often hidden beneath the calmest appearance. Facing such an enormous target, lions tend to grow bolder only when the dry season tightens every option for survival. They do not rush in directly. Instead, they surround patiently, observe carefully, and wait for the moment when the opponent reveals even the smallest opening. Yet the hippopotamus is not easily unsettled. With jaws that can open to nearly 150 degrees, tusk-like teeth reaching up to 20 inches, and surprising bursts of speed, it can turn any rushed calculation into failure. In many situations, simply remaining composed and returning to the safety of the water is enough for the hippopotamus to force the lions to withdraw. This encounter becomes a test of resolve. Here, survival is not decided by intense pursuits, but by the ability to stand firm like a living fortress. The spotted hyena is not merely a scavenger, but a master of collective pressure. With a bite force of around 1,100 pounds per square inch and calls that echo across the savanna, it creates a form of psychological tension strong enough to unsettle even formidable predators. The rivalry between hyenas and lions does not arise from hunger alone, but from intense competition over territory and vital resources. When a lioness becomes surrounded, the hyena clan quickly tightens its formation, applying constant pressure through sound, movement, and their well-known persistence. But the situation changes the moment a male lion appears. With a weight that can reach nearly 550 pounds, he stands firmly on the savanna like a living marker of authority. A long pursuit is rarely necessary. The male lion simply directs his focus towards the boldest individuals to restore order. A powerful swing of the foreleg, a roar that carries across the grassland, and the hyena clan gradually retreats into the deeper shadows. On this savanna, such encounters are more than brief confrontations. They are the way nature continually redraws the boundaries of power, so the cycle of survival can continue. In the natural world, encounters between lions and the oryx reveal a clash between explosive strength and formidable defense. An adult oryx, weighing around 450 pounds, carries a pair of straight horns that can reach nearly 4 feet in length, enough to make any poorly timed approach a costly mistake. Across the grasslands of the Serengeti, young lions begin testing their abilities during their first independent hunts. They move quietly along scattered shrubs, narrowing the distance in silence before advancing from the flank or from behind. The rare angles where the oryx cannot fully turn its horns to respond. Yet the oryx is not easily overcome. It lowers its center of gravity, braces firmly on all four legs, and channels its strength into a determined defense. A single well-timed turn can slow the lion's momentum and force the predator to remain cautious. In the wild, even the slightest mistimed moment can change the entire course of an encounter. A single dive breaks through the open air. From a commanding height, the eagle descends with strength, speed, and remarkable precision. Each downward sweep locks both prey and rival into a position with little room to retreat. When that shadow spreads across the ground, movement below grows instantly cautious. In the natural world, the one that commands the sky often shapes what unfolds on the earth below. Living within tightly structured groups, monkeys move like trained athletes with exceptionally fast reflexes. They launch precise leaps across open gaps of more than 30 feet, trusting that the dense network of branches offers the safest possible shield. Yet for crowned eagles and harpy eagles, this canopy becomes a stage for extraordinary aerial skill. They tilt sharply through the air, slipping between narrow openings with remarkable precision while maintaining relentless pursuit. When the swift strike is finally released, the tangled forest suddenly works in favor of the hunter. When facing the powerful 4-inch grip of a sloth clinging to a trunk, the eagle relies on a strategy of powerful lifting force to separate the animal from the tree. Curved talons close firmly, turning speed and control into decisive advantage, reinforcing a quiet truth of the rainforest. No place within the canopy is ever completely secure. On the frigid mountain slopes, where wind cuts through the cliffs like a thin blade, oxygen grows scarce, and every step carries risk. Here, the golden eagle and the wedge-tailed eagle are among the few predators willing to turn extreme altitude into an advantage against prey several times their own size. Their target is often the mountain goat, weighing around 110 pounds, a master of balance on ledges only a few inches wide. Split hooves and firm gripping pads allow it to move, as if reading every crack in the rock face, leaving almost no visible mistake. From a distance, the eagle observes carefully, focusing on a young or isolated individual. Then it uses a steep dive to pressure the animal closer to the cliff's edge. But the decisive factor is not simply the dive. This is where gravity becomes the true lever. The golden eagle often uses a twisting pull to shift the prey away from its foothold, causing it to lose balance and slide from the rock face. In that instant, the animal's own weight works against it, and the deep ravine below brings the chase to a close. In this environment, the winner is not only the stronger one, it is the one that masters the boundary of the open air. Under the 100 degrees Fahrenheit heat of the semi-desert, a master of camouflage with lightning-fast reflexes reveals itself: the lizard. For this cold-blooded reptile, warmth is not just comfort. It allows the body to operate at full capacity. Yet that very stillness can also become the perfect trap. From a steady height, the eagle fixes its target with eyesight estimated to be about 4 times sharper than that of humans. It waits until the reptile moves far enough from cover, where every escape route grows shorter. Then the gravity-driven descent begins with remarkable precision. In a brief instant, curved talons gain control of the reptile before it can shift direction. If the tail continues to flick in the final moment, the strong beak assists in maintaining control. The encounter concludes swiftly, and the desert floor soon returns to its quiet stillness. In the natural world, the moment an eagle engages a snake is often seen as one of the most refined confrontations of the wild skies. Species such as the white-bellied sea eagle possess not only strength, but also hunting instincts shaped to handle dangerous reptiles. Off the coast of Malaysia, hundreds of sea snakes gather in the surrounding waters. An eagle quickly locks onto a target and dives with remarkable speed. Almost everything is decided in the first instant. Curved talons secure the right point of control, while thick scales on the legs act as natural protection, helping reduce risk during the close approach. Yet not every eagle hunts in the same way. The brown snake eagle is especially known for confronting many types of snakes, including highly dangerous species such as cobras and puff adders. When the prey is large and still capable of resistance, the eagle repeatedly adjusts its position in the air to maintain the advantage and disrupt the rhythm of the snake's response. In encounters like this, success depends not only on gripping power, but also on choosing the right distance, the right timing, and the right angle of approach. Between sky and ground, it becomes a contest where composure, instinct, and strategy determine which animal remains in control to the end. Winter across North America turns the open plains into a silent arena, where life is measured one breath at a time. Beneath the deep snow, a fox, often called the master of cunning, operates its ears like a radar system, locking on to hidden prey from nearly 50 yards away. Yet that intense focus on the ground creates a dangerous blind spot directly above. From the sky, the golden eagle narrows its wings, transforming its body into a living arrow, descending at speeds approaching 150 miles per hour. As the fox bursts into sharp zigzag runs across the snow, the eagle answers with sweeping turns that harness powerful momentum, steadily closing the distance. The encounter can also involve the wary coyote, which sometimes moves in to claim the opportunity. Rather than rushing into direct contact, the eagle spreads its broad wings to appear larger, beating the air with strong gusts that force the rival to hesitate. Even so, this is a high-risk moment, where a small mistake could expose the eagle to the sharp teeth of its opponent. Most of these encounters end with a careful withdrawal on both sides, a quiet reflection of the respect shared among the plains' most capable hunters. On the open savanna, survival is sometimes decided in a moment shorter than a blink. Medium-sized antelope such as impala or bushbuck are true athletes of the grasslands. They can sprint to nearly 50 miles per hour, leap high without warning, and change direction almost instantly to disrupt a pursuing path. Their survival depends on staying half a step ahead of danger. Yet that same rapid rhythm of life can sometimes reveal a brief opening. In a stretch of exposed ground, a newborn calf falls out of step with the herd while crossing an area with little cover. A martial eagle has been watching quietly from above, waiting for that exact moment. Without the herd's protection, and with instincts still developing, the young animal quickly becomes a target that can be separated from the group. In another moment, the mother antelope charges across the path, using sharp turns to force the hunter to keep adjusting its approach. But in this arena, the advantage from above often creates overwhelming pressure. A single hesitation is enough for the calf to drift beyond the protective circle and be lifted from the ground in an instant. Such is the unyielding rule of the savanna. Even the smallest break in formation can change the outcome entirely. In estuaries, the water's surface acts like a mirror that constantly deceives the eye with glare, ripples, and refraction. For fish-hunting eagles, it is not simply a surface to watch, it is a challenge that demands near-perfect precision. In many populations, especially the bald eagle, fish form the primary source of food. Each successful catch therefore carries clear survival value. From above, the eagle scans the water with exceptionally sharp vision, waiting for the moment when a fish swims closer to the surface or appears within an open patch of water. When the timing is right, the eagle narrows its body and descends along a controlled path, extending curved talons to seize the fish in a brief touch of the water. Yet eagles do not always rely solely on their own hunt. They may also take advantage of opportunities by claiming fish from other fishing birds, particularly the osprey, turning strength, timing, and energy efficiency into part of their survival strategy. Here, success does not belong to the hunter that dives the most, but to the one that reads the water correctly and acts at the perfect moment. From solitary pursuits to intense encounters, the lion consistently appears as a symbol of strength. Each powerful leap and every roar reflects the instinct for survival within the wild world. Yet that authority endures only as long as it can overcome every challenge it faces. If the rhythm of the savanna still holds attention, the journey can continue ahead. Do not forget to like and subscribe to follow the next stories of the natural world.